Welcome, everyone, to the bonus episode for Drunk Bible Study, episode 151, Isaiah, chapters 64 to 66. Gosh, this is a bad sign for the quiz to come. We finished Isaiah.
We did it.
And it is time, as always, for a quiz. Or several quizzes, potentially.
What?
So, well, you know, we've often done a couple quizzes, kind of depending on what we find, their difficulty level, things like that. So I have 4 pulled up right now.
Excuse
me?
4
quizzes.
I think we will probably
4 quizzes.
We will probably only do 2. I'm just saying, if we start one and we're like, this quiz sucks, we could throw it in the garbage and go to another one.
I would prefer my quizzes to be pre-curated so that we don't have sucky ones ahead of time. Jace.
So I did my best. I'm thinking we're just going to do 2. And they're both going to be 10 questions. The first one has a difficulty rating of average, and the average score, according to funtrivia.com, is 7 out of 10. So
okay, so that's what we're looking at.
Pretty good, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that is a C.
And then
it's only listed as difficulty average, though.
Yeah.
7 out of 10 is a Singaporean A. Wow.
Yeah, according to Daniel in the chat.
Yeah. So okay, but if we're grading on a curve and the average is a C, then it seems like we're kind of more on an American standard with that, of 7 being a C. Anyway, then the other one I'm going to pick for us here is from rediscoveringthebible.com. And this is called Isaiah Quiz Downright Hard.
Oof.
So I think...
why would you look that up and
so we'll
have us do
we'll
that?
see how we do. Okay, are you ready? You ready to do this?
Yes.
I was born ready, but let's
Okay.
do this.
Okay. All right, here we go. Question number 1. This one, I will not know the answers until the end. The second quiz, I will get the answers as we go.
Okay.
So they're 2 different sites, 2 different ways of doing a quiz. Here we go. Number 1. In chapter 1, oh boy. In chapter 1.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Isaiah introduced himself as one who had visions during the reign of several kings of Judah. According to chapter 6, Isaiah was commissioned the year one of those kings died. Which king was that? Multiple choice. Multiple choice. Our choices are Jotham, Uzziah, Ahaz, or Pekah.
Oh, it could be any of them.
Ahaz.
I was
feel
gonna say
like it's
Uzziah.
I was going to say Uzziah,
I was
too.
going to say Uzziah.
Okay, then 2 out of 3. Okay, let's go with that one.
Okay. But Emily, you were going to say Ahaz?
that
Let's keep that in the back of our minds at the end in case that was right. Okay. All right. Here we go. In chapter 2, Isaiah gives a prophecy about the mountain of the Lord in the last days. What did he say about it? 1, peoples from other nations would come to the mountain. 2, the Lord's presence would appear like a cloud. 3, angels would come upon it with flaming swords. Or 4, Assyria would burn it to the ground.
Oof.
4?
Yeah, that's possible. I was thinking people from other nations would come to the mountain. What do you think, Duds?
I would say A. Yes, I would say other people are going to come to the mountain.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm scared when it's
that.
Sure, go with A.
I'm scared when it's 2 against 1 too many times in a row. Makes me think we're missing something.
I don't
here.
know.
Let's just go with it.
Okay. All right. Moving on. Question number 3. At his commission, Isaiah had a vision of the Lord. Which beings were above him calling to one another, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord Almighty"? Were they A, cherubim, B, seraphs, 3 eagles, or 4 archangels?
I mean, I love the idea of some eagles, like straight out of Tolkien, just being like, "Hurrah!
Holy, holy,
Hurrah!
holy."
Right?
Holy is
like
holy,
the eagles from
holy,
Lord of the
holy."
Rings.
It's got to be the cherubim.
It's got to be,
Has
right?
to be.
Yeah, cherubim.
Because remember, we had a whole talk at some point about cherubim and like what they really were and stuff like that. Again, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel very confident about this.
Great.
Okay. At least we're confident about one of them.
Yes. Okay, question 4. In chapter 7, Isaiah gave the famous prophetic sign, quote, "The virgin will be with child and will give birth to a son and will call him Emmanuel." Isaiah gave this prophecy to the king during a time of disaster. What worrying circumstances was the king, the recipient of the prophecy, facing? Was it A, widespread disease, B, war, C, famine, or D, a plague of locusts?
It's got to be war, right? Everyone was just having a war all the time, right?
I was going to say it could be famine.
Yeah.
Because remember when...
It could be I think it's a war.
I thought this was a reference to when, like, you know, moms were eating their babies and stuff and fighting over who got to eat whose baby.
Oh, yeah?
That didn't happen in this book, though.
No, but I thought there was kind of a reference
That wasn't this
to
book.
it.
I think it's war. I feel like this whole time everyone's
war,
just been...
maybe famine caused by war.
Well, I don't think we can give a hybrid answer, Jace.
How about...
I mean, we can do whatever we want. This is our show.
But we're not going to win the quiz if we give a hybrid answer.
What do you think, Emily?
War, I think.
War? Okay.
Let's go with that.
Let's go with it.
War.
All right.
Huh.
Question number 5.
What is it good for? Caps.
Absolutely nothing. Or the answer to this question. Okay. Question number 5. Isaiah 11, verse 1, contains another possible messianic prophecy about a shoot coming up from a stump. Which biblical figure did Isaiah state would be the stump from where the shoot would come?
I don't remember a shoot or a stump whatsoever. What is he talking about?
What are the biblical boys?
Okay, here's your choices. A, Jesse. B, Abraham. C, David. Or D, Jacob.
Okay, Daniel thinks that it's Jesse's line the crown, so I'm going to go with that one.
Thinking. Yeah, I think it's got to be Jesse.
I guess if in the question
Jesse.
they're saying it's a possible messianic, then yeah, it's got to be Jesse because we love that.
Yeah, we love that. Okay, all right. Question 6. From chapters 13 to 23, Isaiah spoke prophecies against various nations and or capitals. Which of the following nations was excluded from them?
Excluded?
Yeah.
This is average difficulty?
This
oh my
is
goodness.
awful. Yeah. Okay. Was it A, Egypt, B, Rome, C, Babylon, or D, Damascus?
Rome?
Definitely Rome.
Gotta
Rome
be
wasn't
Rome.
a thing.
Rome
no one
didn't
cared
exist.
about Rome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
That was easy.
Definitely not in Isaiah's
Yeah,
day.
exactly.
Or not in this day.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. All right. Question 7. Chapters 36 and 37 dealt with a worrying force against King Hezekiah. Which king threatened the land of Judah? Was it A, Ahab, B, Sennacherib, C, Cyrus, or D, Nebuchadnezzar?
You think it was Nebuchadnezzar?
I think it was Nebuchadnezzar.
Yeah, because Cyrus. Okay, Ahab.
Cyrus was
Ahab
later.
was dead.
Well, Cyrus is the Messiah.
Was the king of Syria who saves us
After.
Yeah.
Yes. And then Sennacherib versus Nebuchadnezzar. I mean, Sennacherib does sound familiar.
These are all names we've had. I think it's Nebuchadnezzar, though.
I don't think
Clearly glossed over this part because I don't recall
I don't
this at all.
think we've actually been introduced to Nebuchadnezzar yet, though.
Really?
I think it's Sennacherib. Yeah, Nebuchadnezzar comes later.
Really?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure
Yes.
we've gotten him. Do you think he's later? Okay.
Emily, you're the tiebreaker.
No, I can't do this time. I asked the audience. Come on, audience.
Okay, between Sennacherib and Nebuchadnezzar, what does the audience think?
I think you might be right, actually.
Me?
Some people
I think you might be
Nebs.
right that it's Senni's Sennacherib. Because was that the one who, when Rob Schneider came out and had that whole talk, remember that we recapped that whole thing from back in 2 Kings or whenever that was, when Rob Schneider came out and was like, hey, you can speak in your own language to us. And they're like, no, we're going to speak in the Jews' language, and shouted stuff about their threats. You remember all this?
Yes, I remember this. So now you're ready to go with Sennacherib?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Let's do
Just
it then.
do that one. Just do that
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Yeah. All right.
Sending a mess around.
Right. Okay. Question 8.
That was in this, right?
That was in this. Question 8. Isaiah 40, verse 3, talks about a voice in the desert, prepare the way for the Lord. A voice of him. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
According to Matthew Oh boy, this is bringing in some New Testament shit here. According to Matthew 3, verse 3.
Well, I don't know anything about
who
that.
Who was Isaiah identifying? I think, though,
that would Jesus. Jeebus.
It's got to be Jesus, right?
It would be John the Baptist.
Oh, John the Baptist?
It was John the Baptist. Yes. A voice in the desert crying, make way, prepare you the way of the Lord. John the Baptist for sure.
Okay.
And now this is a little bit of cheating because this is bringing in knowledge of the New Testament, but 100% John the Baptist.
Okay. I'm going to write to these quiz writers and be like, hey.
From a different musical, prepare ye the way of the Lord.
Oh, yeah. That's in Godspell.
Yeah, thank you, Daniel. Godspell.
From Godspell.
Yeah. That's the only way that I know this. Yeah.
Just for posterity's sake, what are our options on this question?
Our options are Jesus, the Messiah, Mary, the mother of Jesus, Paul the Evangelist, or John the Baptist. So yeah, no, you got to be right. Okay, great. Question 9. The term anointed in Israel could also mean to be chosen for God's divine work. Ironically, which non-believer did the Lord say he would anoint in Isaiah 45, verse 1? This has got to be Cyrus the Great. This is the one that's the non-believer who is the Messiah. But our choices are A, Pontius Pilate.
What?
B, Herod. B, Herod. Both of which are not characters
These
in this
people don't exist yet.
C, Alexander.
The Great.
Or D, Cyrus.
It's Cyrus.
I guess it must be. Yeah, Cyrus. Okay.
That one was a throwaway question.
Yep. Okay. And question 10, last one of this quiz. Isaiah's chapter 65. Because we just read this. This was Emily's chapter, I think.
Oh, shoot.
Oh boy.
Isaiah's chapter 65 unveiled a vision of a new heavens and a new earth. Which of the following was not used in the description of this new creation? A, they will not toil in vain. B, the wolf and the lamb will feed together. C, the great evil will be expelled into the darkness. And D, crying will be heard in it no more.
I mean,
okay.
This is not the same version that we read.
I know, but let's eliminate though. Toil in vain, we definitely covered that.
Okay.
Crying heard no more, pretty sure we covered that. So it's between the wolf and the lamb will feed together, and the great evil will be expelled into the darkness. Do you remember any wolves and lambs?
We definitely got the wolf and the lamb.
I don't think we talked about that.
Yes, I remember wolves and lambs.
So that did happen.
I don't recall that in this, but I feel like it...
No, we 100% talked about wolves and lambs.
Okay, great.
Eating together.
Great.
Okay. Yeah.
So the great evil will be expelled into the darkness.
Strawa.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Submit my answers.
Okay.
Okay. Question number 1. Whose reign, which king died did Isaiah start? We were correct. It was Uzziah. So Dedeker and I aced that one. Number 2.
Well done.
What did Isaiah say about the mountain of the Lord? People from other nations would come to the mountain. Correct. Again. Yes.
Cool.
This is cool too, that it's giving me what percent of players answered this individual question correctly too. So Uzziah, 85% got right, including us. Number 2,
great.
74% got it right. So did we.
Okay.
Oh gosh. Okay. Question 3. Isaiah had a vision of the Lord. There were beings above him calling to one another, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord Almighty." What were they? We said cherubim. Apparently it's seraphs.
Excuse you?
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Dang. I always confuse those two.
Did a lot of people think cherubim?
74% got it right. So we're just the chumps who didn't.
Okay, we just suck.
Okay.
Apparently.
All right. The virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and his name shall be Emmanuel, was during a war. We did get that correct. Only 68% got that right.
Go us.
They probably said famine.
Great.
Let's see. The shoot coming from the stump was from Jesse's line, the cross, the crown, the whatever.
Crown.
78%.
Love those.
Got it right. Great. Let's see. The prophecies against various nations. Rome was not included in that. Obviously, only 70% got that right. They need to study their history timelines a little bit.
Wow.
Okay. The worrying force against King Hezekiah, who threatened the land of Judah, it was Sennacherib, not Nebuchadnezzar.
Yes.
Very happy.
Yes.
The voice in the desert is John the Baptist. Correct.
Good.
The Anointed One, Cyrus the Great. Absolutely. And 10, we were correct. The only one that was not covered in the new heavens and the new earth was the great evil will be expelled into the darkness. Only 56% got that one correct. I mean, we did just read that chapter, but still.
Wait.
We got 9 out of 10, yo. That's an A-.
Wow.
That's a freaking American A-.
Yeah, an American A.
Jeez.
I think
okay, clearly
we need to quit while we're ahead.
We gotta stop.
I think we just call it at this quiz. No more quizzes. This is the one.
No more quizzes.
Wow. I'm so proud of us. I'm amazed that they were able to extract quiz questions from that entire book.
I wrote on your coattails, everyone. Thank you. It was good.
No, it's okay. I think we're ready. We are quite ready for at least an honorary doctorate from Harvard Seminary School.
Definitely.
Or was it Yale Seminary School that we were looking at?
I figure we looked at all of them.
I think it was Yale.
We should send them all.
Every seminary.
We should send them all a letter
quiz results.
And a link to this episode so they can understand why they should give us this honorary.
We'll send them a letter and a link to all of our bonuses where we do a quiz so that, they truly, truly can comprehend how fit we are for their divinity school.
Yeah.
We are theologians.
Yes, Emily.
Oh, what's next, Jace? Our next book is Jeremiah, right?
Yeah. Our next is the Book of Bullfrogs.
Wow.
Jeremiah. Apparently also a character in Animal Crossing or something named Jeremiah, who's a frog.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, who's also a frog.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So we're going to have to, we have to pick out all new music. We're going to have to do a little bit of research on what this book is even about. It's so exciting. And also for y'all that are still hanging out, us starting a new book is actually a great time to invite other people to also start listening to the podcast because as y'all know, it takes a lot to get through this book. And sometimes it's easier for people to jump in at the start of a book rather than telling them, go all the way back to Genesis and listen from the beginning.
Yeah. Exactly. We would highly encourage you all to just bring your friends along and say, just pick a book that you've wanted to read or that you're curious about and start there. And maybe that book is Jeremiah. It'd be awesome to join us for that. Because everyone knows that Jeremiah was a bullfrog. But most of us, including myself, don't really know who Jeremiah, the biblical figure, was, the prophet.
He's yet another prophet, right?
Yes.
But at a different time in history?
Yes. So Jeremiah was basically after Isaiah. So same kind of prophecies about the same kind of time, but he lived after Isaiah. So we're kind of continuing along. But I imagine a very different tone, very different kind of deal. We'll have to see what he's all about, cast him. It'll be great. It'll be great.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Wow.
Just to be done with Isaiah. Lin-Manuel, sayonara. We had fun with you, but we're done now. Alrighty. Thank you all for joining us for this Drunk Bible Study bonus edition, the quiz of Isaiah. We will see you next week for the start of Jeremiah.